Climate protesters glue themselves to Porsche Museum and then needed to pee. Staff turned off lights, heat and simply left. Condos are free at campus but printing isn't. So Slex is more important than our assignments? Condos are free because Slex can cause serious health issues if it is carelessly done and can kill you as well. Lack of education won't kill you. It'll just make you compare Slex to printing. This freshman was like, I can't find my class, and we looked at his schedule and he's at the wrong school. I'm so dead. Imagine being an American child. Your mother is forced to give birth to you regardless of her capacity to raise you. In daycare you're abased by the very people charged with caring for you. All through school you have to fear for your life, doing active shooter drills, and keeping DNA identification kits in your locker. If you're lucky enough to survive and get into college you're saddled with crippling debt that you will likely never get out from under. Will get a job that pays so poorly you won't be able to afford to buy a house or raise a family, and then the moment you get sick you'll be made bankrupt by medical debt. Oh, congratulations on all your freedom, though. Millennials want jobs and education, not marriage and kids. Alternate headline. You'll duct up the economy so badly that we can't focus on marriage and kids because we're struggling to afford to live. I find it so offensive that you are literally appropriating Chinese culture in your goddess outfit. It's so insulting to all the Chinese people and their culture. I advise you make a new design before you get cancelled. I'm literally Chinese. The math ain't mathin'. Hey, can you send me $250 for the babysitter tonight? Hey, you want me to pay for your babysitter and the date? You're the man, right? I'm a single mother of 3 and this is a part of the dating me. Wow, this is not in my budget. I had a real nice evening planned for us, and I can't add $250 to the evening. I'm sorry. Wow, enjoy the evening by yourself. Tired of dating broke men. NFT purchased by Logan Paul for $623,000 is now worth $10. Tonight, I stopped at the Wilder Monument in Chickamauga, Georgia, which honors the Confederate soldiers of the Wilder Brigade. I will always defend our nation's history. The hell with it. Even though Starlink is still losing money and other companies are getting billions of taxpayers, we'll just keep funding Ukraine government for free. Just stop oil protesters throw tomato soup over Van Gogh's Sunflower's masterpiece. The children at my son's elementary school have started referring to me as a Karen and mocking my chic hairstyle. Is there anything I can do in the way of legal action to prevent this? I'm deeply offended. Well, posting a question about suing 8-year-olds is probably the wrong way to beat the stereotype. Budget airline wants to remove all the seats from its planes and make passengers stand. What's next? We gotta push the damn plane to build up speed on the runway. The Indian restaurant I work for is so secretive I had to sign a legal agreement that I wouldn't share the flatbread recipe. Just their standard non-disclosure agreement. Google it. You spelled non-disclosure wrong by the way. Worse was totaling 2 cars in 1 year. I was way too lit driving back from Nocturnal and ended up rear-ending someone. Good news is none of us got a DUI cause I told them we got her exchange info and it. Or we all getting a DUI cause they were ducked up raving too. Let me tell you I love to drive drunk and fast and race. I do not do that anymore. Especially cause my ex-head almost went through the window and I was less than $1,000 from paying it off and can't afford to total a 3rd car in 1 year. This was my little dagger, my baby. These painted strawberries from the supermarket. Ukraine-Russia peace. Redo elections of annexed regions under United Nations supervision. Russia leaves if that is will of the people. Crimea formerly part of Russia, as it has been since 1783, until Khrushchev's mistake. Water supply to Crimea assured. Ukraine remains neutral. Is there anything more depressing than left-wing architecture? Homelessness. My son at 16 bedtime is 9. He has no phone and no internet access without a parent sitting in the room. Then it is limited to an hour maximum. There are parental passcodes on the TVs and he can only watch certain TV programs. Crazy that those are gonna be the exact rules you follow in the nursing home. It is a bit hilarious that humans rapidly evolved these massive brains, only to become the first species to go extinct due to stupidity. This white lady said I look unapproachable, which pissed me off, because she approached me to tell me that. Every recent movie on Netflix, white man is the villain, bulk man is a hero, gay guy is the voice of reason, woman has the balls, dad is an idiot, mom is the breadwinner, children are sexualized, Netflix is social engineering, not entertainment. Someone has now stolen my car battery, lol, I'm so tired, can I please catch a break? Please do not call the police. You could put a bulk, indigenous, and people of color life at risk by causing a police interaction. Just buy a new battery. No one said anything about race. Well, we all know it wasn't a white person who took it. Whoever took it was in need. It's not like they are stealing diamonds. Joe Rogan tells a story where a mother badgered a school to put a litter box in one of the stalls for her daughter that identifies as an animal. A millionaire burns a $10 million Frida Kahlo painting to sell as NFT. Hey at YouTube, maybe don't put ads before first aid vids. I don't have time to watch a Red Lobster ad when my grandma is choking on a fishbone. Sorry to hear about the trouble. YouTube Premium offers an ad-free experience when you watch videos. Learn more here. Hope this helps. He forgot to turn off the flash. Chinese spa Shi Peipu masqueraded as a woman and used a 20-year-long selection affair with a French diplomat to steal intelligence. He even purchased a child and convinced the diplomat it was his. M&M's introduces new purple candy character. Conservatives are suggesting she's transgender. M&M's candy falls victim to woke mob again. Breaking. A high-up biologist, who is a good honest mate of mine, has confirmed that the toxins present in the mRNA poison Cupid vaccine are set to be activated on October 10th. Please join me in praying for those who took the clot shot, despite the fact they ignored us. What third grade children in China are learning? What third grade children in India are learning? What third grade children in the United States are learning? Elon Musk's Starlink says it can no longer afford to give Ukraine free service and asks the Pentagon to pay for it. Starlink had been a game changer in the war. This comes days after Ukrainian ambassador told Musk to duck off. We are just following his recommendation. Men shaming Doja Cat for having normal babs worries me. It's kinda how women shame men for having average pen sizes. It's kinda how men shame women for nose size, lip size, areola size, areola color, areola shape, bab size, waist size, ace size, cellulite, acne, body hair, having a mons pubis, the color of your labia minora majora, the shape of a woman's genitals, etc. Lip size. The duck is a labia and a minora and a majora. You just inventing words at this point. Batman could not have gotten this out, Tammy. I like my catty shaved, ladies. Then shave your catty, Daniel. I thought the personalized message was for the delivery driver, not the AirPods. Leave in the back garden if I'm not there. Russia is doing partial mobilization. They go to full war mobilization if Crimea is at risk. Dealt on both sides will be devastating. Russia has more than 3 times population of Ukraine, so victory for Ukraine is unlikely in total war. If you care about the people of Ukraine, seek peace. So Russia is going to win because its population is larger. Never heard of the Vietnam War or the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan? To all residents in Florida, beware of FEMA and avoid them like the plague. FEMA is going around to shoot at you, steal your possessions, being guns, jewelry and anything of high value, especially those who live in the Red Sea area. If you need to be rescued, look for the military white hats. If you still have your mobile phones, take pics and video of FEMA in your area and call the nearest military base for help. We are in process of hunting them down to take them out of commission. When I go, I want my casket to be driven through the New York City Pride Parade with a plaque that reads, "She wasn't for everyone, but she was for us. Who can arrange?" Happy 130th birthday to the legend that started it all, J.R.R. Tolkien. Do you have permission to use that image? Just read a client's contract for them, and the landlord has written a clause that bans spices and oils in all cooking. Imagine thinking you had the right to ban flavor from someone's life. Can I get another 100 donors from Twitter tonight? We must defeat socialism. Contribute $35, $11, or just $2. If everyone contributes a small amount of their income, we can pool all the resources together to defeat socialism. Yeah, do not use my pictures for this type of shut LMRO. When I say I love chubby girls, I mean this, not this. As a trans woman married to a cis woman, I'm in what I call Scradina's marriage. Conservatives tell me that my marriage isn't legitimate because they oppose two women being married while at the same time calling me a man, in which case they should have no problem, right? My boyfriend got another woman pregnant and had been spoiling her throughout the pregnancy. Went all out with baby's luxurious needs and organized damage payments. On that week he bulked me. He done all of this behind my back, all to find out he's not the father. When you realize every odd number has a letter E in it, too. The Jewish people has always been plagued by bad Jewish, who undermine it from within. In America, those bad Jewish largely vote Democrat. The cable guy installed the cable through the hula hoop that we left out. I have no words. I had a consultation with a local company to paint their logo on their wall. I asked what the budget was. They looked at each other and said, "I thought you did it for the art. I wasn't told we'd have to pay, brah. You think anyone sits around painting corporate logos for fun? Check out this sweet IBM logo I just sketched." It's true. The 1/3 pounder burger failed in America cause they thought quarter pounders were bigger. Yeah, cause they are. 1/3 is greater than 1/4. 0.33 is greater than 0.25. What are those signs? Managing Gen Z is like working with people from a different country. You don't speak the same language and you don't have the same customs, says workplace expert Lindsay Pollock of Working with Gen Z. Please fill my window washer fluid all the way up. I expect it to last 6 months, not 3 or 4 months. If I get shortchanged on window washer fluid, it makes me wonder if the other fluids are filled to their optimal levels. I stopped going to Charles Barker Toyota service because of this, and if I find that it happens again I won't be back. Okay, I will. President Trump was allowed to take those files, and he was very open and honest about it. Look at Obama. He took 4 times the documents than President Trump took. Do you even do the research? You might stop caring about getting attention and work on being honest. My unvaxxed toddler and I have whooping cough. I feel so guilty. Like, could I have prevented this with a vaccine? I feel like a terrible mother. European colonial history in 6 words. Is that yours? It's mine now. American would never do this. We save nations, not destroy them. Wow. This is an actual quote from GOP Rep John Curtis of #UT03. Repassing legislation to restrict abortion. I wish, as a man, I didn't have to make this decision. I wish women could make this decision. Make him super famous. Man leaves mannequin outside Tesco cash point, leaving queue of frustrated people waiting. Father of 5 fatally run over by woman who thought he was killing a cat in Cyprus. I'm bold, confident, demanding, highly productive, extremely intelligent, and wildly successful. I'm an alpha male. I'd rather date someone who ducks animals than someone that eats them. I'd rather have bad times with you than good times with anyone else. I wish I had an accent. I wouldn't stop talking all day in it. But you do have an accent? An American accent? I don't know which specific one, but everyone has an accent. Thanks, but I don't have an accent. I'm from the Midwest. We don't speak with accents here. Is right. Americans spoke a non-accented version of English in the 1700s. I believe British people spoke the same English, but they decided to change it in the 1800s and developed an accent over time. So now Americans speak a more neutral form of English, which is why we don't have accents. Hope that clears it up. That was a nice date and you're a really nice guy, but I don't think we are compatible. I just wanted to let you know instead of ghosting you. Thanks, I really appreciate. You're a great person too. I was actually thinking the same thing. I didn't really feel a connection during our date. I just wanted to let you know I have an OnlyFans. If you did want to see anything. Here's my ink. Influencer refuses to talk to his own family because they are not famous. Women shouldn't say bad words. RT if you agree. Hello Nick. I'm a reporter with KLWG in Boise. I'm doing a story on men that have never pleasured a woman sensually. May I use your tweets? Amazing. Overheard at Whole Foods. I need to read the numbers on the barcode aloud to you. I don't want any lasers touching my food. Second Amendment gun nuts are watching Ukrainian citizens bear in arms against a tyrannical government, and guess what? They're cheering for the tyrannical government. My daughter is 9 months old. I'm so frustrated. Her cognitive level is like a 5 months old. The only words she has said is ma or mom. Basically only MMMs. She doesn't mimic. She doesn't grasp anything I teach her. She doesn't try any syllables, not even GGGs or DDDs. I've taught her sign language since 4 months old, and she still won't grasp it. I'm exhausted from having to guess every day what this child needs. It's beyond exhausting. She just won't use her words and proceeds to throw fits when I can't figure out what she wants in that moment. Bernie Sanders should be forced to give away 90% of his birthday cake. Happy birthday Bernie. This is how birthday cakes work when you have friends. By the way, Herschel Walker's badge is actually real. He was made an honorary deputy sheriff in Cobb County, Georgia, and spent 15 years helping that department and discussing with deputies how to handle mental health situations. But I know facts don't matter on Twitter. Hailey Bieber's brownie glazed lips look is yet another example of cultural appropriation in beauty. Why Hailey Bieber's brownie glazed lips are controversial. They found a humanoid tooth in Georgia. Country, not the state. That's a 1.8 million years old. Georgia's a state, not a country. United States is a country. Having a son terrifies me. Like the odds of him growing up to be a rapist, a serial killer, a pay-for-file, a loser. A hot up is entirely too high, or you could have faith in yourself and him by ensuring that you raise him to become a good human being and a part of a functioning society. Money will not fix all your problems. Butch, no offense, but money would solve literally every single one of my problems. Like all of them. I don't have a single problem that money wouldn't immediately solve. Woman says her boyfriend pays for everything because she's an investment. Frankenstein enters into a bodybuilding competition and finds he has seriously misunderstood the objective. For the last time. Frankenstein was the name of the doctor. A doctor who built a body. For what is possibly the first time in the history of pop culture somebody actually really specifically does mean the doctor, and someone tries to correct them. They're the same picture. Under President Trump, the country never left DEFCON 1. Today under Biden, DEFCON 3. Is it clear yet why you should do some research before you vote, and not just let the television tell you what to do? Do women like this actually exist? I'm naturally an alpha male. Almost always the biggest, strongest and smartest guy in the room. And it gets so boring being in control. But every girl I meet just expects me to keep up that alpha shtick with them too. I like strong and dominant girls, but I just don't attract them because I give lion/daddy energy naturally. Feels bad, man. In high school I went to a sleepover and the girl I liked climbed into bed with me and she started tickling me and I was like ha 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 okay well time for bed and I think about that twice every 5 minutes. The other night an Uber driver told me that after dark he only does airport pickups because no one coming off an airplane has a gun. Anyway, congrats, America. Unpopular opinion. White people love dogs so much because deep down they miss owning sleeves. They love the owner and master dynamic, desperate for something to control. If an illegal immigrant who doesn't speak English can travel 2,000 miles on foot, with barely any food or water, with no money, can walk across the border and just steal your job tomorrow, you should be spending less time on Twitter and more time developing a skill. Cardos Lex does not count. Just hear me out, okay? My theory. If you wash your hands with gloves on, did you really wash your hands? I see your point. But let me ask you this. If I strangled you to death with gloves on, did I really strangle you to death? Yeah. Shut duck up. Believing in the Bible makes you as a Christian. But reading and understanding the Bible from first to the last page makes you an atheist. Strongly disagree. Sophia, I do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man. She must be silent. 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 12. Please be silent, Sophia. Was talking with an anti-vaxxer earlier. I told them they have a 1 in 50 chance of dying. They told me that I'm a liar and their chances of living are like 98 or 99%. Georgia cop who pushed people to take horse dewormer instead of vaccine dies from COVID-19. I know she's from a game. I don't play video games. And I have no issues about representation. But making Zelda a girl is a bit too much. They're overreaching.